and welcome to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. On today's episode, we're going to try to recreate Andrea Meza's winning Miss Universe 2020 look. If you're brand new, I hope you're going to consider subscribing and hitting that notifications button so you know when new episodes come out. Today's episode is brought to you by Dossier. I'm super excited about this because they create the most incredible designer-inspired scents, and I just got 2 new ones. I have the Gourmand White Flowers, and this one is inspired by Flower Bomb, which is a very, very popular scent. And I'm actually gonna try this one on myself today. Okay, you gotta kind of let it air out, right? So I love them because they don't test on animals, and you can get these beautiful designer-inspired scents for a fraction of the cost. And now I'm never going back, so. I made a great choice. Oh, wow. This is why people love this. All right, so there's top notes of green tea in here. There's a middle note of white flowers and orchid and rose. Okay, I think that's what I love. And then there's base notes with caramel and vanilla. There's actually a musk base note too. I usually don't like musk, but it's working with this one and it's not overpowering, so I really like that. And then my other one, this is inspired by Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and this is the Floriental Coconut. Ooh, okay, this just sounds like a beach vacation that I need to go on, right? Let's try this on. It's my perfume dance. Ooh, also so good. Okay, so I don't think I've ever had a perfume that has top notes of pistachio in it. I don't know about you, but I love some pistachio ice cream. This is way more of a classic scent, I would say, that really anyone could wear. This other one smells a little bit more unisex to me. I mean, I feel like it can almost go both ways because it's just so nice and warm. But oh, this one's smelling different. This one smells really fresh, so I can really smell the jasmine. Love that. Okay, if you're interested in trying them out for yourself, just click the description below and you can get a discount with my code, which is Dani10. Step number 1, she uses foundation with no primer. There's no skin prep here, which I actually don't do either, but I know that's gonna shock some of you. And she says she uses a very small amount of foundation, but since my skin is pretty uneven, I'm gonna go in a little bit thicker. But she uses a foundation brush, and it looks like she's not applying the foundation directly to her skin. It just appears like she put it on the brush, and that is what we're gonna try to go with and recreate for foundation. I do not have skin as even as Andrea's, so I need a little bit more of a full coverage to get that same type of look that she's creating. She takes a small concealer brush, which I do not know where mine is right now, so we're gonna use a large foundation brush. She goes in pretty heavy with under eye concealer. I mean, she put a lot under there. I mean, that was, ooh. And then she also does the high points of her face. And it looked like she used a very full coverage concealer. Right now, I just have the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Something really full coverage would be like Shape Tape. That's really common for pageant girls to use, or even an LA girl. Excuse me. So she looks like she went in with this just to apply it. I mean, this makes sense for on stage. Makes a lot of sense. We want that really nice bright under eye look. Let's just keep in mind, friends, this is a stage look. So she really also drags this out over her brows. So she's defining this a little bit. Then to make things really soft, she's taking some sort of like foundation brush. So I'm just gonna use this really nice. This is one from MAC. It's one of their foundation brushes. And it looks like she's just softening this up. Now she also contours the center of her nose. Then she's taking another liquid. I don't know what it is, and we don't even get to see her apply it. So I'm actually just gonna use this e.l.f. liquid concealer. This is in the color Deep Cinnamon. So it looks like she just contours the center of her nose. That's kind of it. She goes in with a small sort of blending brush. I can't really see what it is. Ooh, she gets a little bit underneath too. She's just using a lot of brushes here, a lot of brushes to blend. So actually I'm gonna take this contoured brush just because I want to make sure that we get that nice little straight line. I'm gonna wipe a little bit of the excess on my hand and just go in like this. And then she has another sort of powdered blush. So this is just a flat powder brush right here. I really don't know what she's blending with here, guys, but she does bring a little bit of her contour down the center of her nose, just like this. Same girl. And then she's just blending it all in. And she kind of just using multiple brushes. She's just going for it. So we're going to be using multiple brushes as well. She is really going to go in heavy with powders to set. So I'm actually going to get a little powder puff. And we're going to set the under eye and the eye. But then she goes in with a brush. She really goes in pretty heavy with the powder, especially on any area that you want to highlight. I'm using some Derma Blend for this. This is a very dry look, but this is very different from Catriona's. Catriona had a lot of shimmers and highlighters. I mean, I have oily skin, but I don't even go this matte with things. I like learning and just seeing how everybody else does their makeup. And if you look at her crowning, like her skin, it doesn't look really highlighted. It is pretty matte. Next, she goes in with some bronzer, and because of that, I'm just actually brushing out this excess. I don't know why I thought she was gonna just like bake this a little bit more, but she doesn't. So we're gonna brush this off. Now we're gonna go in, I'm gonna use the butter bronzer because I love it. She's really just kind of defining the high points. So really blending, it looks like she's blending, or she blended a little bit into the hairline. So basically she's warming up the whole face, just so you don't have that flashback. So I'm gonna use the Hoola bronzer today, and I'm gonna grab just that same brush, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna define. And she made a point to mention that she has 2 different bronzers like this, and one is cool and one is warm. So that's why I chose this one. This one's pretty warm. And honestly though, it looks like those are MAC bronzers. I used to have one too. I used to use those for competition as well. And the one that I used, I want to say it was in the color Sunkissed. And that's a very warm color, and that's pretty common for contestants in pageants. The bronzer, by the way, there's not really shimmer in it. Doesn't really flash back, so it's there's a little flex, but it's not really gonna be something that's gonna flash back too bright. Then she also mentioned that she did put a little bit of bronzer on her lid later in the video, so I'm gonna take care of that right now. I'm just gonna grab this fluffy brush. I'm gonna use the butter bronzer for this because it looks like what she did was very subtly define the eye. She uses a sort of reddish tone, pink tone blush, and she doesn't show us what it is because she says hers is actually broken. So we're just gonna go with this Christopher Buckle. It's the only thing that I have that has more of a pink red tone. Just kind of apple of cheek. And I'm using the IT Cosmetics angled brush for this. She really put a lot of blush, even in her contour. If I look at it, there's quite a bit. Next, Andrea did eyebrows, but I actually had some on earlier and I didn't want to take them off right before I filmed, so I just kind of left these. And then she added on a lip color. So the lip color she has, I don't have anything quite like it, and she honestly doesn't even talk about the exact color or product she's using, but it's pretty glossy. She also mentioned that when she won, the color that she was wearing was a little bit darker or had more pigment, which I agree. It looks very light in this episode. Because I don't have that exact lip color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of this liner that has more of that, like, the tone that she had was sort of reddish. This is the Beauty by Bambani lip pencil in the color Spice. I'm just gonna add this to my lips to give it a very natural tint. She didn't even use lip liner. She didn't use a stage. She didn't use anything for long wear. This girl walked on stage in lip gloss. Whoa. The gloss that she had, like I said, you can see that it had some shimmer in it. The closest thing I have is this e.l.f. one. So we're gonna pop some of this on. And this is going to be closer to actually her crowning look than what we're seeing in this episode. You know what? I'm going to also add this Charlotte Tilbury gloss, and this is in the color Seduction. Ooh, this is making it a little bit more neutral. I don't know. I feel like she had kind of a mauve. It's kind of like a mauve red. It's just maybe more of a brown in it. I know. Hold on. Butter gloss and praline. There we go. This is closest we're gonna get. This is a lot of blush. Maybe I went a little overboard. All right, next she's gonna do the shadow, and she's sticking to brown tone. So I have this Morphe palette, and I don't have anything precise that I'm gonna use today. She's using a basic brown, so we're gonna go with one. Let's go with this one, and maybe a little bit of this one. She's mixing 2 colors. The tones she actually uses, it looks like one's warm and one's cool. What she's doing is she's going into the corner of the eye, and she's just starting to define this. Circular motions. Her brush looks very similar to mine, which is the Morphe M433. This is the dupe for a MAC blending brush, and it works quite well. So just go in on the corners of the eye, primarily, and I'm just kind of swirling up and out to make the eyes bigger. This is honestly this is just similar to how I do my makeup too. So she took a fluffy brush as well. She's gonna grab, I would say more of like a chocolate brown color. So we're gonna go with this guy right, this one. I'm just gonna use a very small amount. Now it looks like she's using a flat brush, and she has a gold color that she is applying to the center of the eye. Let's use Creme Brulee from Too Faced, which is one of the colors I used for USA. She's covering about half of the lid with a gold color. Catriona had a lot of golds too. Kind of reminds me of that. A lot of gold. Catriona, I think I want to say that hers was more of like a yellow gold. So it looks like, ladies, this gold eyeshadow, maybe it's the key. Maybe it's the lucky charm. She actually goes in even further with even more shimmers, more light colors. It's kind of like a pinkish tone she's using, so we're gonna go with this one. And then she's adding this to the corners of the eye. The next step she takes is the step I take, and I just grab any old brown pencil liner, and I'm just lining that top lash line. Ooh, and then she's just getting any old matte brown, and so grab one of those colors, and you're just gonna powder over it, and this sets it, this blends it, this softens it. This is something that I do every time I add a pencil eyeliner, is I like to just make it a really soft look. No harsh lines here. Also, I don't think she mentioned it, but it looks like she went in with that same brown colors, and she goes under the eye as well. Really what she's doing is she's connecting the lower and the upper. We're getting there. See what a difference that makes, just the under eye versus that. All right, so then what she does, extra tip, is she likes to add a little bit of mascara to the eyes, so that when you apply your lash, it's gonna blend better, which, yes, I do this sometimes, but sometimes I also don't. Sometimes I just wait to blend them until the lashes are on. The lashes that she has are pretty big, and I don't ever wear lashes that big, so I don't have anything quite like what she has. But we're just gonna go in, we're gonna do our best. I don't even know what lash glue that she is using. Right now I'm gonna be using Duo, but I will say the lash glue that I love is the Tarte one, but when I refilled my lash glue, I wasn't where do they sell it? They sell Tarte, I think, at Ulta. When I went to go buy my new lash glue, I wasn't buying Ulta, and I had no choice, so I got the Duo one, which it's not bad. I use it all the time. What I like though about the Tarte one is that it's very dark. So I have the dark blend of this one, because you can get a glue that's white, or this one's kind of more, honestly, it's not that dark. It's like a gray color. I personally really like the dark ones because I don't put on lashes without eyeliner. I like it because to me it kind of helps to blend a little bit better. Not to say that the transparent one doesn't work. I think that it still does. I just prefer this one. I just prefer the darker glue. You know what? I think she has a little more color on the outside. All right, so we got this. She goes in with white eyeliner. Ooh. She also used one of those little eyelash clamps to make sure that the lashes are together. And then she has her hair just back. She has a crown on at the end. Okay, let me go get a crown. Hold on. Okay, I'm not as well dressed as Andrea was right now. She was wearing her wedding gown at the end, but she threw on a crown. Gosh, I'm missing earrings. I'm borrowing this one right now. But this is our final look. This is it. Yeah, okay. And by the way, P.S., so her hair was just parted down the middle and lightly curled and pulled back behind the ear. Very, very simple, very easy to do and attainable. So maybe you want to try it for your next pageant. Honestly, though, I love this makeup look. I think it's so, so pretty, and it's very similar to what I do, and maybe that's why I love this so much, just because it's in my comfort zone. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like it, and that you subscribe to the channel, and that you will join me for lots of new episodes very soon. And by the way, I do always pay very much attention to the episodes that are being requested, and I kind of keep an active tally. So if there's something that you want to see on the channel, then just leave that in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on Instagram at Dani Walker. Thank you though for tuning into this episode, and I will see you real soon.